I'm Tasha Pierce, the not so mild mannered masked MC of After the Snap, and I'm here with you with something just a little tad bit different today because didn't even intend to be in front of the camera. I was really going to do a voiceover style video, but anyway, I was just looking at videos, just looking for things to talk about, and I saw that on the red carpet of South by Southwest, there was a variety, and they were talking about, or they were talking to Lupita Nyongo. They were talking to her about the upcoming movie Us, which I'm very excited about. It's a horror movie, and it appears to be, well, what she says in the video is that we are our own worst enemy in this video, in this horror movie. So you being your own worst enemy. Okay, so she's discussing how important this movie is because it's the follow-up to Get Out, and it's Jordan Peele's second try. He's swinging for the fences again at directing, and she was talking about how challenging this would be. Now that is interesting in itself, but something told me, hey, take a look at the comments, see what people are talking about. See if something, a lot of times with me, it's looking in the comments to see what people have questions or comments about, to see if it's something that I can make a video about that would answer those questions or comments, kind of be on the trending list. Anyway, so when I got to the comments, I had to go ahead and take some screenshots because of the disturbing things that are in the comments. Now, a lot of people wonder, why the social justice warriors? Why are they everywhere? Why can't we just enjoy our movies? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. We all feel that way. The first comment on this video was affirmative action at its best. Thanks for the fake news. Now, we all know that fake news is something that our president likes to throw around, that those two words together. But this is entertainment. This is not news, and there's nothing fake. There is really a movie called Us coming out. It really is directed by Jordan Peele, and it really is starring Lupita Nyongo. I don't understand what's fake about this. Is it fake because this is a black actress? And now you could be saying, hey, why are you pulling the race card? Well, affirmative action at its best actually implies that there is a kind of racist sentiment behind what this person says. And of course, they never use their name. You will never figure out who this individual is by their screen name because they are so afraid to disclose who they really are. The very next comment is, he is a tranny, or she is. And the response to that was, who knows? This is very obviously Lupita Nyongo, who is a female actress. But if she was transsexual, what difference would it make? Why does that bother you? So now, here's another situation where when you see something, say something. Why is that an issue to you, Bruce Nasser, if Lupita Nyongo is transsexual? Why would that make a difference to you? Being that she is a female, so she's a female. I take it that you're attempting to be insulting by calling her a tranny, and calling a transsexual a tranny is insulting as well. So, just garbage people saying garbage things. And I know that I shouldn't even aggravate myself because I can't stop people from having opinions or what their method of of thought. I can't stop a person from feeling the way they do. But this is a human being. This is a lady who is just doing what she loves. She's getting paid for it. She enjoys acting, and this is the type of things that are said about her for no reason other than how she looks, other than her being black, or that I don't know what would make you call this lady a transsexual or a tranny. I don't know what would make you think that that was okay to say. Let me find another screenshot of, because they were just on a roll. So, affirmative action at its best. Someone says, I love her diversity in film. Way to go, Lupita. What is she holding on to on her scalp? Now, that I can kind of halfway understand, but if you listened to what she said, you would see what she was going for with this look. I understand it because everybody doesn't use these crocodile clips in their hair. She looks beautiful. And then someone says, "Ya ha ha," in a room with the lights out. I mean, this is what they think about us. This is what they think about us. And I can't say that, you're forced to believe that Lupita Nyongo is a beautiful woman. She is, regardless to whether you believe it or not. She is. There are more people, I believe, who think that she is a beautiful woman than who agree with you and say that the only way she's beautiful is in a room with the lights out. So, there's that. Let's go on. Let's go on and hear some more racist shit. Let's see. There are some nice comments. She's fine. I like that style of eyeshadow. I think that's what it's called. Very, very war paintish. Looks badass. Which we gotta be careful though. You could you could be stepping on somebody by saying the war paint thing, but I can see that you are trying to be complimentary. I'm not gonna go on a full Elizabeth that says echelon. I'm sorry, echelon zenith. Explain to me, if you ever come across this video and just somehow explain to me how she looks like an animal. See, I feel like when people do stuff like this, they are asking for attention, and I sometimes want to give it to them. I sometimes want to say, you know what? You open yourself up for this bull. I'm gonna give it to you. But that's sometimes that's doing too much. Let's see what this says. She looks like an animal. That was from Echelon Zenith. And then tranny in a racist movie. That was from Kit Foxy. But Chris Chavez, I'm happy. He said, normally I don't care. But what? How is this movie racist? It's about a family who deals with an evil version of themselves, unless I missed something. Looks like a good horror movie. Thank you, Chris. But then King had to double down. King somebody, I just scrolled and I can't even see who it was. King, whoever that was, had to double down and say, racist ass movie. Now, and I've said this before. I've said it before in my podcast. I know I haven't said it here, but I've said it a million times in my podcast. I grew up basically seeing movies with complete casts of nothing but white people. And you know what? I still loved those movies. Those were the movies that we grew up on. I didn't hardly ever see in a positive light a black actor or actress on the big screen. We didn't go to the movies a whole lot because back then it wasn't a big deal. Now it's like every 5 minutes a good movie is coming out. Back then, not as often. It was like a big deal to go to the movies. It is not hard for me to say that there were more movies that I've seen that have complete white casts, not even black extras sometimes, or the black people in it were somehow a negative stereotype of black people. Not all the time, but at least I would say me growing up 75% of the time, at the absolute least. Here lately, we're seeing outside of comedies, because we used to see a lot of black comedies too. Now we're seeing movies that are featuring mostly black people. And they have a few white actors in sprinkled throughout the cast, but there are people who believe that that's a problem. Now, we've gone our entire lives watching movies that featured nobody that looks like us, unless they were showing it in a negative way. Now we're getting stories told that depict us in glamorous situations, or allow people to show off their acting chops, something bigger than a comedy. Yeah, just poking fun at ourselves. Serious movies being written with a majority black cast, and we're seeing it kind of often. And there are those people who just cannot, they're really hurt by this. They can't wrap their mind around why this is happening, why this is something that is going on. We've dealt with it. I'm an older woman. I'm middle-aged. I've dealt with that my entire life. It's gotten to the point now my son is an adult. He dealt with it most of his life. In these last few years, we're starting to see that Hollywood is starting to take the black directors, black actors, black actresses, black stories very serious. Serious enough to give us Oscars. Serious enough to nominate us at the absolute least for Oscars for a story that is flattering of black people. And people wonder why social justice warriors are on their soapboxes, because things like this exist. Things like affirmative action at its best, that exists still today. There are still men who believe that women are nothing but sex objects, are nothing but something nice to look at, reducing a woman down to the sum of her parts. And there are some women who have grown so used to being treated that way that they see nothing wrong with it anymore. And then these young people, and some of us too, have gotten sick of it and have said, you know what? We're not going for it no more. You're not going to reduce us to the sum of our parts. You're not going to put your hands on me without being invited to. You're not going to discredit me simply because I'm a woman, or simply because I'm black, or simply because of my sexuality. You're not going to do that. So now these people, we are on our soapboxes, not necessarily trying to ruffle feathers. All I'm trying to do is get a measure of equality. I don't want you to accept me. I want to be brought to the table because I deserve to be brought to the table. Not because you decided you're going to make a spot for a black woman at the table. I'm taking my spot because I deserve it. That's the mentality at this point. So, when I see this shit, I'm going to say something about this shit. Okay? It's not me trying to start trouble or ruffle feathers. These people want attention. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to give you all the negative attention that your ass can handle. Disheartening. In 2019, going into 2020, we're heading into 2020. 20 years into the 21st century, and this is what we still deal with. A bunch of bullshit. Being treated less than. And it's a sad situation. I'm not going to give it too much more attention today. Just wanted to show it to you and let you know that I'm coming for these people, and it's not going to be as nice as it was this time. All right. Catch you guys on the flip.